Well, first off, that's a really good Wisconsin team. It's really well coached, and they're going to win a lot of basketball games the rest of this year. They don't beat themselves. And again, Greg's done a tremendous job with that basketball team. Let me start this first. We start talking about our basketball team. A huge key, and you can give assist. Give assist to that crowd again. That's what we've talked about from day one, wanting Diddle Arena to become. Playing these kind of teams on this kind of stage, that's what it's about. As a coach, as a player, and as a fan. And again, the fans showed up, and I would think everybody that showed up saw a really good basketball game. Two good teams, and we need them in here like that every game. Our team, we were pretty good from start to finish. I thought our effort that's where it starts at, with the effort. Huge keys was the ability to guard Trice. He scores 10 points and under, they get beat. And they've been beat twice this year. This is the third time he got 10 and under. Another huge key was our ability to guard Hap one-on-one in that post. For an ordinary fan, they probably don't know this. Hap leads their team in assists. Matter of fact, doubled up assist. Next, I think Trice is 32 and he's 60 because everybody tries to double him. And when you double him, he cuts you up. He's kicking out for threes. He's kicking out for twos. Matter of fact, out 30 times he's been doubled. He scored 17 times. 10 of those were threes. You ain't going to be very good in math to figure out it's a bad percentage. We doubled him once tonight, and he kicked it out and got a basket. So Charles's ability to guard him one-on-one was huge. Even though he got 20 points, but he's 9 for 23. 9 for 23, and we didn't lead to a lot of three-pointers out of that post. Last year we thought, difference in the game up there, they made 12 threes. We zoned them, we trapped them. I wasn't going to do that tonight. And reasons, you're at home, you can play a little different when you can play with some emotion. When you can feed off the energy in the building, you can play a little bit different. And that's what we did. We played man for 40 minutes, except the last 15 seconds. And our ability to feed the emotion of that game was huge for us. Everybody that played unbelievable. I thought Tavion's ability again to get that mid-range game going. You hadn't seen that consistently, his ability to score. Jarrett does what he does. Josh was good. We know our bench is thin, but let's give Jake Omer an assist too. Came off that bench. The young man hadn't played any. And again, he's made us notice him in practice. Started about 2 weeks ago. He's practiced different. He's had a different approach, and it's paid off for him. And I like those kind of guys. When you're down, it's not where you're at. It's how you finish things, how you respond to bad situations. And he's responded well, and he was huge tonight. Got 16 minutes from him. That's what we needed, 16 minutes. They're a team that gives up 61 points a game. We score 80, 83. They're a really good defensive team. We shoot 68% the second half. We make more free throws than they attempt. They attempt 11, we make 13. And we out-rebound a big 6'10", 6'11" team. But I thought if we get stops, I thought we had the advantage now. And they have to guard us too. They didn't want Hap on Charles. They had Hap on Josh a bunch, believe it or not. That's a bad matchup too. So they were scrambling a little bit how to guard us. But we got stops. We were able to get out in transition. We played fast. I thought we got into their legs, their lungs just a little bit. We sped them up a little bit. And again, found the way to hang on down the stretch against a really good team. And again, make sure we give that crowd an assist tonight because they were huge in this win. Questions? Yes, sir, Mike.
Rick, I want to follow up that phrase with the crowd. I've been in 3 seasons, and I think it was Josh's dunk in the second half, his second dunk. My ears were ringing. It was that loud. Did you feel that moment was as loud as this place has been since you've been here?
Well, I like it. Your ears ring, Mike. It means you can still hear pretty good at how.
Yes, sir.
I just saw him coming, and I knew what was getting ready to happen. So, you know, no question when as your ears are ringing like that, players feed. It gives them energy, gives them emotion, gives them more energy to go back and defend. And no question, that's what a home court is for and what it's about. When you go on the road and you have that kind of atmosphere, hey, it's not easy. It's not easy to come and play in front of it, especially when you're going against a pretty good team.
Rick, your team seemed to play some of its best defense all season. How much did that affect your transition, getting those easier buckets instead of settling for a half-court offense?
Well, getting stops was the key. Being able to rebound that basketball. You know, they like to run that motion. For the most part, we did a good job guarding their motion. We didn't get beat on a lot of post-ups and a lot of flex cuts. A lot of their offense comes back to Hap, his ability to go play one-on-one. And again, he scored some baskets. He got 20 points, but he's 9 for 23. He took a lot of shots. But out of those 9 for 23, like I say, I think he only created one play. That was that dump off in front of our bench to Iverson. I don't think he created a play out of the post, a three-point shot. Again, they only had 6 for the game. Am I correct with that? 6. Trice only had 1. Trice is 1 for 6. And he's shooting 52%.
What did it mean to have this game and to have Wisconsin come in here?
Well, hey, give our athletic director total credit for that. Todd was able to, he's done it twice now. It hadn't been very friendly, any team he's done it to now. But he's been able to use his leverage in some football scheduling to help us with some basketball scheduling. This Wisconsin game, now naturally we have to go on the road first, but still we're willing to go on the road first anywhere to get a team to come back in here. Todd put this together 2 years ago. We had to go on the road last year. He put the game together at Arkansas. We had to go up there this year. We've got them coming back. So it's huge. Those kind of teams, I saw a stat somewhere. Someone said it's been 40-some years for Big Ten teams come in here.
1977.
How many years is that?
41.
Well, there's a reason why. 40-some odd years, they don't want to just come in here. It was through leverage and some smart scheduling with Todd. Give him assists for those guys coming up in here. Yes, sir, Mike.
Rick, I thought at the beginning of the second half, I think you guys go from down 4 to up 5 in the first. I thought that was a huge stretch. Do you agree?
Well, Mike, it's always huge. You know, we let Davis hit that 3 right there at the end. Put them up 4. Our ball coming out. When you come out of that locker room, we haven't done it consistently. Done it getting better at it. Come out of that locker room and score at first basket, and particularly when you're down. And we did that. We came out and scored, cut it to 2. I don't know what that run was, but it was pretty quick. We got into that lead. And again, when you're playing from in front, the emotion of the game, the emotion of the building, you can feed off of.
Coach, talk about the line on this.
Yeah, hey, you know, he was huge. 8 points, 10 assists, 13 rebounds, 38 minutes for a young man who, hey, we all have seen it coming a little bit. Brad, we've talked about it. You know, mistakes he makes right now, he's going to make some. He's a freshman. Some of those things are just going to happen. But I love his ability to. He's not the quickest young man in the world, but his size and length makes up for it. He has great ability to get in that lane and finish. But anytime he's driving, he's trying to find somebody. That ball goes through him. It moves through him. He's a cerebral player, and he'll keep getting better and better for us. He's a young guy, and he's going to make mistakes now. I know that. But I think we're all comfortable knowing, you know, that ball moves through him pretty good right now. Huge game for him, 38 minutes against that kind of team.
Rick, are you a believer in momentum? And if so, does a win like this give you momentum going into 3 straight road games?
Well, I'm a believer in this. I'd rather have this kind of momentum than the other kind of momentum, whatever that means. All right? Here's what I do know. You know, I've always said, they all count as 1 win and 1 loss. Counts as 1 win. It would count as 1 loss. But as players, confidence is a fragile thing. We haven't had a great schedule. We've had some bumps with some personnel, we haven't had great rhythm and chemistry. So now, I think you've seen the last couple games, we're starting to get a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of chemistry. And that schedule we've played has made us better. We don't win this game today without that schedule we played.
It seems like in the first half, they capitalized on every miscue you guys made. With your hot shooting in the second half, do you feel like you kind of flipped the script and made it the other way around?
Well, I think it's, again, I think our stops defensively, our ability to get out in transition. Charles was a man. I thought Tavion, again, at mid-range game, was working with him today. Again, I just thought everybody was tuned in. We're going to make some mistakes. As you see, we had 13 turnovers, but only 5 the second half. But we have 19 assists. It's been a while since we've had 19 assists, probably. But we can get stops. You know, we're a pretty athletic team coming in transition now. With Josh and Tavion on those wings. You look up sometimes, you see Charles bringing it down the middle. And that's really hard to defend some. But again, it was a great team effort. And as the question he asked back there, confidence is a fragile thing. And for a young team, it means a lot. Now with that, we start off our conference schedule now, going and playing two of the best teams in the league. We're off the bat on the road. Old Dominion's probably got Charlotte first. Then you got Old Dominion, I think who's won 8 in a row. Playing better than anybody, a senior team. 4 seniors or 5 seniors, 4 senior starters. Then you got Marshall. So we got a tough road to hold, but no question, all the scheduling we've had to this point, when you get hit in the mouth along the way, you find out what you're made of. And we've been hit. All that makes you better. We've responded well to it, and the momentum we can take from this, we can build on.
Coach, Charles Bassey said earlier that, you know, he goes off of each game, that the team goes off game by game and doesn't really try to look that much ahead. But how much was this game circled on the calendar as far as, I mean these guys motivated for this game?
Well, not to,
especially from last year.
Yeah, you know, it only got circled after we beat St. Mary's Saturday. There was nothing you didn't even think about for St. Mary's, because they're a really good team. After St. Mary's, we circled it. We knew we had a Christmas break. We felt like, you know, as Todd always says, hey, it's house money. We had house money today against a really good basketball team. But we felt like this after that first time out. We looked each other in the eye, and we said, we're better than them. And we believed that, and we played from that point on. We had them at home. I don't want to go up Wisconsin and play that game no more. But we had them at home here. Again, we had that building behind us, and our guys were feeling it. You look in the eyes and kind of feel it sometimes, and they really started believing. And from there on, like I said, we handled most runs they had. We went in at halftime down, but coming out that first 4 or 5 minutes, that second half, we won each of those first 4-minute timeouts out of that second half. That's huge.
Rick, are you getting to know your team better?
Well, I'm getting to know who I got a little bit, settling into positions. You know, that's been we've had 5 different point guards. Hard to get a rhythm and chemistry with that. And through that, it's been, you know, figuring out what they could do. You know, we start with Josh. Him being a point guard, it's made him a better player now because he was a point guard. It's made him a better defender. You know, then whoever else we've had. But, you know, we settled in here recently, and we feel good about that. We feel good about, you know, some rhythm with our team, some other personnel where we moved them around. You know, we played big early with Deshaun. I say big. Sean was a 4-man. You know, probably didn't fit as well from a way we wanted to play. But now, settling in, playing where we're playing a little different, I think we're much harder to guard. It's opened up the post for Bassey. We still miss him a lot, but we're getting better at getting it to him.
Anything else for Coach?
Bradley got one more. Brad's got one more. We got it? Who's got one? Who had one?